Hello and welcome to the lovely Exeter, where we're here for the BUCS Super Rugby game, Exeter versus Loughborough. Now, the last time you were with us was last Wednesday at Hartpury, and if you weren't able to join us watching the game, here is some of the best action from last week.
A lot of good talent across the whole side. We've got a lad on the ball now. Crow fantastic. He's been in the Edinburgh setup the last couple of years, so he's come to help with the students. But he'll be good on the scrum.
And it looks like it's going to be Hartpury going to be scoring a try straight away. Well, you scored a drop goal. We'll go for the whitewash. Thank you very much. And it's Hartpury's first try of the evening. Cochrane picked up by Sharpley. 5 metres out. Cochrane again as he continues to burrow forward. And then over again by Alfie Barron, the number one, the front rower, has scored Hartpury's second try of the evening.
Huge when you've got both teams trying to push against each other.
Stratford with the line. The drive is on for the home side with Jack Sharpley, who has it in his breadbasket as he sees the whitewash, and now he's going to go over, and that is the third try for the home team. Cochrane leaving. Forrester trying to remain strong. Has he been held up just short of that line, just shy of it? They're only inches away, and they're over this time for the fourth try by Henry Harper. 24-6, the home team lead. Digging his way forward, Cochrane. Oh, the big man. Can he finish this one off? Nice offload, but and over by Tom Pashley. Sixth try, and so far Hartpury are just too good. I'm here to bring extra socks. Right now I can't feel the end of my toes. It's gone that cold here over the last 30 minutes or so. Hartpury the ones who are ice cold right now from the line out as they try and butter their way over the line, and they've got over once more. Sam Easton is preparing to come onto the field as well. Picked up, this is Alex Cox. James Neal looking for another try for the home team, and that shall be the 50 notched up when Lehman kicks the conversion.
He read the game, he had so much time and had the ball in his hand, and he made things tick.
Forrester, Holden with the luminous boots, who's now getting to the gears, and Holden is going straight for the corner, and that is yet another try for Hartpury. Well, running riot here. Sides like Bath that they've yet to play as well, who people are tipping to do well this season. But this Hartpury side are just too good tonight. As Jamie Fox gets over for the 10th try of the evening. Hands there from Sam Easton to the 22. Lehman, the chip forward there for James Neal, and that's his hat-trick. 3 tries, you sense it was coming, and this has been an absolute parade this evening for Hartpury.
So a very good win from Hartpury last week, but back onto today's game, and joining me today we've got your co-commentator Richard Jackson. Now Richard, this will be a very interesting game, as we've already seen that Exeter are previous BUCS winners, especially Loughborough losing to them in the final last year. Now they've already lost to Loughborough this year. What sort of game can we expect today?
Well, hopefully a good game. What I think is going to be, they're going to come up very big and hard. They're looking for revenge. We've been told, being out in the town last night, that there's lots of Exeter fans coming down today, so there'll be a nice crowd here urging them on, and they want revenge, just big time. The big opening day of the season, all the fanfare that went with it, the 4,500 crowd saw them go to Loughborough and lose. So they're really up for it, big time. They've been here really early. They're getting ready for it. They're up for it, and so I think it's going to be a good game. And my money's on Exeter because I think they're really up for it.
And looking at the standard of players we've got on the pitch today, Exeter versus the Loughborough players, do we think that the standard's the same? Is it going to be a tight game, do you think?
Well, I know that Loughborough have made a lot of changes, and a lot of people are talking about how they're changing their squads between Wednesday and Saturday, but that's what it's about. They've got to manage it. I think it'll be tight, but I think Exeter with home advantage, and if the crowd come down and act as the 16th man, I think they'll be able to push them home.
And now I can see George Shooter, the coach from Loughborough, is waiting to have a little chat with me. George, want to come step in here? How are you doing, George?
Good,
Are you
thank
all right?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Good. So, obviously, you guys have been Exeter already so far in this tournament. Are you guys going to keep that up today? Home game for Exeter?
Yeah, I'd like to think we will, but they're a very good team, had some very good results, and are very tough to beat down here. It's a long trip down, as it was a long trip up for them. So there's that to deal with from our guys, and yeah, this Exeter team's very good. So we played pretty well last time we met and got the win, but had to work very, very hard for it. Today will be no different, and we'll probably have to work twice as hard to win away from home. But the guys have had a good week training, and we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting stuck in.
And I know we've got the opposition coach quite nearby here, but just as a little me and you, what is your sort of game plan for today?
I think we've just got to match them physically. It's the same as any game of rugby, really. The physical battle's key, and particularly with a bit of wind now as well. Some of the tactical kicking, the defence will be important. But you know, whenever you go away from home, you've got to win that sort of physical gain line battle. Same in any game I've ever played in. I think no different today.
Brilliant. Well, good luck, George, and I wish the best for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And I also have Keith Fleming, the coach from Exeter. Hi, Keith. How are we doing today?
Yeah, no, doing very well, thank you.
Very good. And obviously, Exeter won this last year. We've already had a loss to Loughborough. How are we preparing for today to beat them on that revenge win?
We prepare the same for any game. What's happened in the past is history. Can't change it, you know. So we take every game as it comes, one game at a time.
And what's your game plan for today against the Loughborough? Obviously, you've seen them before. You know how they're playing. What's your ideal game plan today?
Score more points than they do. And if you think you're getting any more than that, then that's it.
Of course. And is there any players that we can watch out for on the pitch?
No, we've got a good bunch of boys. They all work very hard for each other, and they've all got equally as good as shout and good attributes per man. So I wouldn't highlight anybody in particular.
Okay, well, good luck today, Keith, and I wish you the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, we've seen the preview of today's game. We've spoken to the coaches and the captains. We've had a good chat with you, Richard, haven't we?
We certainly have, Lottie, on this historic day. Donald Day, shall we call it?
Donald Day. We'll see if Exeter can take any revenge against Loughborough today. But for now, I'm going to pass you over to your commentator for today, Johnny.
Thank you, Lottie. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Exeter on this, well, I would say, a bit of a smorgasbord of weather this afternoon. We've got sunshine, rain, hail, sleet, wind, all the fun of the fair here on this Wednesday afternoon as Exeter host Loughborough. A repeat of the first game of the season, this BUCS Super Rugby for 2016-17. Former England Deaf captain, Richard Jackson, is alongside me for this one. I will be getting his thoughts throughout this tie. But first of all, let's run you through where we stand as we approach around about the third of the way into this BUCS Super Rugby League for 2016-17. Harbury, the ones who lead the way, they're the ones who are on the march right now. 4 wins from 4. Loughborough in second place, but have played a game more on the same points in 19, looking to try and establish a top 4 finish in this BUCS Super Rugby League. Durham in third place, Bath in fourth. Exeter, after losing the first 2 games of the season, lie in sixth place, and they've come back strongly and trying to keep on building that momentum. And Northumbria and Leeds Beckett are the 2 teams propping up the rear at the moment. So then the 2 sets of 15 that look like this. Number 1, Thomas Rhodes. 2, Callum Young. 3, Elliot Roof. 4, Simon Linsell, the captain. 5, Jack Roos. 6, Ed Forshaw. 7, Matt Elliott. 8, James McRae. 9, Aaron Bagwell. 10, Ed Landry. 11, Ned Warren. 12, Chris Swash. 13, Tom Holdsworth. 14, George Smith. And 15 is Jamie Wilcock. The Loughborough side. This is their 15 set up. 1, Jonah Boyce. 2, Pep Dickinson. 3, Joe Cave. 4, Will Morrison. 5, Will Elt. 6, Max Hill. 7, Sydney Blackmore coming in. 8, Luke Frost. 9, Callum Watson. 10, Mark Dixon. 11, Austin Beckett. 12, Richie Lewis, who scored a couple of tries this season. 13, Joe Doyle. 14, Brandon Mendenvega. And Will Kay scored 38 points from his boot, and he is the fullback at 15. So the crowd just beginning to stream in on this. Actually, it says sunny afternoon, but we've had a lot of rain here over the last day or so. It was a very very wet coming down the M5 last night, and especially overnight here. A lot of light drizzle, as it were, to really saturate the ground here. So it's going to be a bit of a stern test for both of these sides here this afternoon. Richard Jackson alongside me. He's made his way up the ladder into the gantry. Richard, very good afternoon.
Afternoon, Johnny.
To you, your expectations, as it were, for this tie this afternoon. Exeter building a little bit of momentum with 2 victories in the last 2 games, and coming here with the tails, or the wind at their sails, I should say, not the tail between their legs, the wind at their sails.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, Johnny. They have started building momentum. I mean, don't forget the first game of the season they lost to Loughborough. They played very well. So they're the team. They've got the pedigree. They've been there before. They know what it's all about. Right. I think they're out for a revenge today, big time. We've been here since early hours this morning. A couple of our camera guys and a producer was out on the town last night, and they saw lots.
Really?
They were, yeah. They saw lots of Exeter alumni and present, and they were being told a big turnout today. And I'm looking around, and they're flooding across the fields, Johnny, and the crowd's filling up. And so I think, I said this earlier, with a 16th man, I can really see Exeter pulling it off. I think they're going to be up for it. I think they'll win. A lot of people have been talking about changes that Loughborough are making, a lot of changes to the team and everything else. And so I think the momentum's with Exeter. I think it's all looking good. And let me just add, hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. Don't forget, we like your tweets. Yes. Johnny, I like to call them out.
That's the corporate side done for a few moments at least. Anyway, there's the hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. Join the conversation on Twitter, and try to ignore what's happened in the US election on Twitter as well, because there's plenty of that going on. But we'll chat about that another time. We're here to chat about rugby.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not going to say once Exeter are building a wall to stop them coming through.
But will we Loughborough coming up trumps?
Oh, Johnny. Johnny, you were just trying to beat me to it.
I am indeed. But no, let's chat about Loughborough. 4 from 5.
Yep.
We saw them up at Northumbria a couple of weeks ago. And Northumbria, in all fairness, could have got a result that day.
Yeah, I thought they were, you can only beat what's in front of you, and they, difficult to use the word lucky, because I think at the end of the game they bought their game in the last 15 minutes. They put their foot on it and they went, we're not going to lose now. But up till then, it was just anybody's game. I remember you and Hugo were chatting about it and just saying, nobody wanted the win, because as soon as they scored, they gave one away. But in the last 10 minutes, their experience showed. They said, right, okay, this is what we're going to do, and it worked, and they did really well. I'm definitely expecting a better performance from them today than I saw up there. And here they come now, Johnny, and they're up for it.
The Loughborough side coming out. They had a good win against Cardiff last week, though, at home.
Yes, very good indeed, very good indeed. And once again, after Northumbria, a little shake-up showed that they're back on track. So never underestimate Loughborough. We know what they're capable of. They've got the pedigree, they've got the history, they've got everything that goes with it. So. It's going to be big, but Exeter, the coaches were telling me earlier, Exeter very difficult to beat down here. It's this is a home ground. They're pushing it out. It's all good. So fingers crossed for a really good game, Johnny.
And hopefully the weather holds out as well. We said we've had a lot of rain here. I did check the local weather forecast right now as the Exeter side come out underneath a beautiful rainbow in the distance. It must be mentioned. And both sides are going to be lining up in front of us here to honour the 2-minute silence, as is Remembrance Weekend is fast approaching, and of course myself and Richard will also honour that as well. Duly respected by both sides, and the crowd that is continuing to build here. A few of them bringing their own light refreshments as they enter the field.
Yeah, you were saying about the weather last night, Johnny. It was pretty strong down here the whole night. We had a power outage here. We didn't get power here till 11 o'clock this morning because South West Power, and thank you to them for coming in and giving us a bit of power. Otherwise, we'd have been downstairs pedaling our bikes trying to get the jennies going. So, but at the moment we've got a sun, darker clouds on the horizon, but let's fingers crossed that we stay dry.
Yes, I think the dark clouds have now moved, but I think the weather's coming behind us, and right now it's a gorgeous sky, and hopefully the weather will hold out for the next couple of hours as Exeter's Ed Landry will get us underway. Exeter in their green and white strip, Loughborough in their traditional purple. To remind you, 40 minutes each way we play at this level. True test of rugby. All of these sides as this BUCS Super Rugby competition continues for 2016-17. As Exeter's the ones who start on the front foot with Bagwell. Bagwell goes to his right hand side. Uses Thomas Rhodes, scored a try earlier this season. Landry, 35 points from his boot this season. A nice little offload and a first early opportunity here for Exeter with Matt Elliott looking for his third try of the season. Bagwell going to his right hand side. Picks up Landry to the fullback, Jamie Woolcock. Now into the 22 for the first time, the hosts. Bagwell again. A couple of men burrowing forward to test this Loughborough defence. Bagwell, Landry, Matt Elliott. Bagwell again. This is Ed Landry.
Solid defence from Loughborough here, John. Great line there. Up a nice tight. As I say that, the wall is breached.
Elliott Roof getting a few feet at least, but now a little bit of an overlap coming on the far right hand side. Holdsworth
came back inside well there as they numbers evened up. And they've got the momentum.
Bagwell finds a little bit of a space opening up, and it's going to be an opening try here for Exeter. They're just short of the line. A great start this for the house, and it is there as well. What a start! Exactly what the doctor ordered for the house. They've breached the Loughborough defence inside a minute.
Excellent work there. Excellent work by the inside 2 minutes there. Exeter off. Brilliant work there, sniping round the edge, and I think it was the scrum half that was coming in there. He read that well because the numbers were out left, but he decided to keep it going in there. So excellent work.
Excellent work it was indeed. As the start that the host would have been looking for.
Don't forget hashtag BUCS Super Rugby, and we'll try and give you a shout out.
So it will be Landry looking to add the extras. Sends it on its way. It's just pulling up short of the post. So it's 5-0, the host lead.
Excellent effort out there, Johnny. But I mean, they front foot forward. That's what they want to be, and I think that's where a lot of the game's going to be. Loughborough are going to have to play from deep inside their own half because Exeter are really up for this.
Yes. James McRae was the man putting them to the sword inside 2 minutes. Picked out by Woolcock. Now then, Loughborough. We saw this a lot at Northumbria last week, and that's a nice little kick to the corner. It's not going to get there though. And Woolcock with a chance to clear his lines. And sends this one downfield. But actually picked up there by Mark Dixon, who sends this one up high into the sky. And picked out by Woolcock again. Bit of a kicking game, blocked up by Manda Wenger.
Should have carried with the kicking game there. They had nobody at home, Loughborough, and he got charged down there. And he was trying to come left, and he'd gone right. There was nobody at home. Acres of space, and his winger was up.
Elliot Roof going into the ground, and the ball pops out, but illegally, and it will be Exeter the chance to clear their lines from their own 22 with a penalty.
Yeah, they've done well there, picked up the penalty, but I thought Loughborough didn't look like they were going to penetrate that hole. They were just holding on, but the kicking game, they both liked it. I mean, we have got the wind's gone now, Johnny. The wind's gone. We had a really strong wind just before kick-off. I mean, we were worried about ourselves up here.
I think, to use the golf terminology, it was a good two-club wind, in all fairness, but it just died down all of a sudden.
Talking about being up here, Johnny, you like the way we've improved we put an extra platform in for you, so we're not sitting on the edge of the abyss?
Yes, well, in all fairness, in Durham a couple of weeks ago, and I think I was going to put a claim into one of them insurance companies that you can get on daytime television in the afternoons. I think I had an accident in the last 3 years. I nearly had one in Durham a couple of weeks ago, but anyway, it's Exeter the ones who are right now looking to reap the benefits of this early attacking phase of play in this 5th game of their season. Building momentum in their quest this season for a defence of their BUCS title. Bagwell, Chris Swash, good offload to Jack Roos, just outside the 22 again, and again a thumping offload, but goes into the wall. That is Richie Lewis.
This is good momentum from Exeter again. They're just popping it out to one inside the 9. This time they're coming out wider, and they're getting that. If he goes wide, he's got a man.
Yes, Jimmy Walker could have a man to his left in Ned Warren, didn't use him. Bagwell, McRae, looking for his now 5th try of the season and 2nd in the game. Bit of a talisman for this for the home side. Keep your eye on him today. Good tackle there from Pip Dickinson of Loughborough to halt the Exeter progress. Bagwell goes to his left-hand side, uses Ed Landry.
He's well isolated there. Did they get there in time? Yeah, ref says yes.
Landry again into the 22. Exeter looking to double their advantage in this early phase of play in this game, setting their stall out from the start. Matt Elliott
well tackled,
gains a few
Loughborough.
feet. And that one's a little bit loose. Pops it on the floor. Landry with a little chip forward and goes to chase it himself. And a mate cut fall here for Callum Young.
Well,
he's going to check with the touch judge here. The crowd say yes. The referee and the linesman say no.
They're saying touchdown, yeah. 6.5 dozen others. I don't think you could give that either way, but they've taken the quick one. And
back they came. Ned Warren now. Very open game of rugby, and a good tackle that was indeed from Will Morrison. Still we continue. A ferocious start from the men in green and white, and they win the penalty for their endeavours.
That was good work. I can't see what that was, Johnny. It was at their 10. The Exeter 10 now, Ed Landry, and love the way he goes in here, he goes to the ground, and look, he then goes a little bit more, and so he commits that player over the top. Now, you could say he was held, he could have released the ball, but he committed over, and that player had no choice but to fall forward over him. I'd say that was well played.
Richard Jackson, my analyst, alongside me this afternoon. Former England Deaf captain. And Richard Sharples. Very good afternoon to you, watching. Unbelievable start. Come on, Exeter. Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. Join the conversation.
I was going to do them, Johnny. How come you see them first?
Just ticking the corporate box, as it were. As Ed Landry looking for his 38th point of the season from his boot. Running from the post, 35 metres out. Slow breath of wind coming from into his face. He's easily got the distance, has he got the line? Certainly has.
Good return from that.
8-zip, Exeter lead.
Yeah, good return. I mean, they made good progress up the middle there. As I say, it was excellent by fly half. He created the penalty. Nice movement on the ground, created the penalty, and good return for the pressure.
Saw at Northumbria a couple of weeks ago that game was pretty much like a basketball game, wasn't it? It was you score one, we all score one.
Yep, exactly, and we're not seeing that at the moment.
No.
I think we got.
I think Loughborough right now are still stuck on the M5 at the minute.
Yeah.
Their heads really are in the shed right now. As Exeter are the ones with the onslaught.
And
Ned Warm.
Every one of these tackles, Exeter are getting a nice quick ball because they're getting an extra yard on the tackle. Nice hands from Landry there, very nice hands.
Matt Elliott makes his way up to the halfway line.
Yeah, it's turned him over there.
But well played.
Got isolated. Just hit one too many.
And now counter-attack, 5 on 5 there. Jack Roos and Will out. Ed
Nice
Forshaw
hand.
burrowing through. Matt Elliott now. Elliott
tackled.
needs a little bit of help.
Yeah,
But
he didn't get out of the way quick enough. That's the penalty, not rolling away.
So advantage to come.
Still advantage. I think unless it goes over in the corner, they're coming back for it. Oh,
Manda Vega
yeah.
with the
Look at
offload,
that.
and Loughborough
Yeah.
back in the game through Luke Frost.
Well played. They were playing with a free ball and exceptionally good hands. Broke the tackle. We see it here again. Nice quick recycle. Straight out. Committed the man. Goes wide. And this is where the try was made. Broke 1, 2, 3. Well, 4 players there. And good support by the number 8. And excellent work.
Yes, it was indeed. So Loughborough, after being under the cosh for the first 10 minutes,
And
one counter-attack.
Paul O'Leary, a BUCS Supremo, at home sick but enjoying BUCS Super Rugby live game and commentary. So hope you get well soon, Paul.
Yes, a bit of a bug going around. I know that from my part of the world. Now then, Will Kay looking to notch his tally up to 40 for the season with this kick. Downwind, right to left. But this to reduce the deficit to just 3 points, to just 1 point. Just wide. So 3 points the difference, 11 minutes played.
So we've got to try doubly hard to stay still. Now Johnny, on the wind's picking up, we're making a movement, the cameraman is shaking, so we're only a few inches above our head.
So the wind just died down for a little bit there, but it's thankfully good weather here all of a sudden. In the last half an hour before the game, it was cats and dogs here. It really was. We were lashing down.
So Exeter number 8, nice to see him back there.
Yes, McRae, very much a talisman here at number 8 for the home side. To pick up that early try, it's his 4th try this season. He'll be rising the try scoring rankings on the BUCS website come Monday morning. Many thanks to Simon and Alicia, the BUCS team.
Well. He's got that back well. I'm sure he had a swerve line, he was held high, but he did well to get that back.
As mentioned, many thanks to Simon and Alicia of the BUCS team, keeping me informed of all the stats from all the games. Can't be everywhere with our cameras. Now, open bounce there for Austin Beckett. And Beckett's put himself under a little bit of pressure here, but he's recovered well. But goes into the wall on his Matt Elliott. Watson with the box kick up into the air. Who wants it?
Landry's under it.
Landry takes it. Has to go to Grant because of the pressure of the tackle from the Loughborough number 9. Bagwell. Goes to his left hand side. Picks up Will out.
Yeah. You're in the ground. He just laid all over the ball. He gave no opportunity for them to play it, and he didn't make much of an effort to push it back. Yeah, ref says holding on. We look here. He goes to the ground. Ball nicely there. Look, nobody's getting near that, and he's not offering it back. I'm sure he'll argue that you see there Loughborough guy had his hands on it. Well, he did, and so if you let go of it, he could have had it.
So the away
referee
side.
in that, Johnny.
The away side win the penalty and gain about, I reckon about 30.
4 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say, they haven't gained that far. Bit of a slice kick from the line out. From the kick, I should say, to see one of our first line-outs of the afternoon. Pip Dickinson, let's see how he is from the hockey. Well, We did see some problems from both the lineouts. In fact, when we were up in Northumbria last week, we saw Loughborough play, and evidence of it again.
Yeah, and I remember that game as well. We had it going over the top, and nobody could see the ball when it was in the air. Nobody called it, and so they weren't catching it out there or on the lineouts. Unfortunately, the lineout's still going the same, but they shouldn't have any trouble with the high ball tonight. And that wind is picking up again.
So a good crowd along the pitch here at the Chopston Sports Ground.
A few hundred here, Johnny. It's a good turnout for a Wednesday afternoon, 2 o'clock.
Indeed. Now then, Exeter on the charge. Good hands from Wilcock.
He's going to back himself, he is.
George Smith trying to go all the way himself. Good inside pass to Chris Swash. Tackle was needed. Bagwell picks up, and then they're trying to go quickly here. To midfield once more. Into the 22. Landry. Lovely offload as well.
And he's back up. And
back up again, and spots the gap opening up. Needed a tackle there from Sidney Blackmore, but is he strong enough? He has done. Only about a metre out though. Bagwell spots the gap himself. Is he over? Maybe just shy.
Ref says held up. So he was over, but he was held up over.
But evidence there that's of how dangerous Exeter can be on the counter-attack, but they get the penalty from it anyway, and a chance for them to extend their lead to 5 points. Well, they're not opting for the 3 points. They fancy a dart at the 5.
Well, it's can't knock that enthusiasm. Myself, I've already gone with the 3. It's in front, and you've got a guaranteed 3. But they fancy their chances. Well taken, nice move off the back there.
Indeed it was.
And he's over.
Chris Swash is the man who's over, and Exeter, the gamble paid off from going to the corner, and their lead is now 8 points clear, and we haven't even hit halfway through this first half.
Excellent, ABC from the line out. Well taken, nice little move here, dummy off, straight into the 8. Land off there, and his momentum was enough to get him over. Well played. Good training ground move. Well played at all. Did you know the Exeter prop Elliot Roof is a grade 8 at the trombone? Let's have a papa.
Oh, indeed.
Try, Terry.
Well, indeed.
BUCS Super Rugby, tweet your stuff. We'll get it out there for you.
Yes, well, that's a fascinating fact for Elliot Roof. Plenty of them, please, if you have any more in the pipeline for us. Landry to go 10 clear. No. Oh yes, indeed. Oh, well, there's a little bit of a delayed reaction from the touch judges, must be said.
I must say, what were they waiting for?
Well, I have no idea what they're waiting for Christmas. I have no idea, but
no,
10 clear.
They weren't. Well, maybe they wait for Pennsylvania to, declare. You know.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's Michigan that's still something to declare.
Michigan, all right, something like that. Anyway. They weren't waiting for the ball anyway, sorry. I promised I wouldn't.
No more US election jokes, puns, please. We've
trumped them all already with your one, I know.
We have indeed, thank you very much. 10 clear, Exeter out. We're just close to the halfway mark of this first half. And again, good hands here from Exeter, but I spoke too soon, and there's a chance here for Loughborough to launch the counter with Joe Doyle now into the 22, and he's handed off to Joe Cave. Can Loughborough respond straight away? They may do, Will Morrison.
I think there is. Look at that.
Boom, bang, bang. Back in the game, all of a sudden.
Will Morrison.
What a response from Will Morrison.
He took that at pace on the line. Exceptional stuff there.
Well, I was going to say, Richard, that we could have a basketball game here again. I think it's going to be you score one, we score one.
The way it goes, look, little strut pop off, big gap. Looked like it was 2 outside shoulders pushed together, and he's through, and nobody had a chance to get near him. I like it when the second row score. It reminds me of my younger days, Johnny.
So then, Okay, to add the extra is relatively simple.
So the rain is starting again now.
15 points to 12 as we approach 20 minutes into this first half. Bit of a basketball game we've seen so far here. You score one, we'll score one.
Let's hope it's a shower, Johnny, and not a downpour.
Yeah, I'm just looking behind us. This is a beautiful blue sky when we first kicked off 20 minutes ago. The clouds seem to be rolling in, so I think this could be in for a prolonged period of play. Now then, Exeter. How do they respond? They know that Loughborough are now on their coattails. Landry. Delay there from Bagwell, fished the ball out, and Loughborough now in the ascendancy. They'll get a penalty in possession.
Yeah, we'll see it again here. He was just holding on.
What happens?
Yeah, and his hands all over that ball, and didn't come out. But a good clearance. That was a better clearance. He's got a 30 yards on that one.
Yes, well, he's gained at least 2 chains there. I think he's about 45 yards down the field. That's an excellent kick it was from Dixon, and now Loughborough the ones in the ascendancy. Dickinson, 0 from 1 at the line. Again he goes long and gets his man on this occasion. Watson, Richie Lewis.
Nice move there.
Austin Beckett. Ball pops out again and a little bit dangerous, and it's picked up from Exeter at number 9. A couple of crowd shouting a little bit of a charge here. Ball pops out again and goes into Watson's hands. A bit scrappy all of a sudden from both sides in this last few moments. Now they set up the drive and they gain about 1 or 2 yards from that one. Watson asking for the ball to pop out. Again, a little bit scrappy. It's unconventional from the away side.
Loughborough got it right back away from all the melee, raising the hands, well presented. That's the cool head we saw up at Northumbria in the last 10 minutes. It just settled it down.
We have a man down for Loughborough at the moment. He's just received some treatment, so they're down to 14 momentarily, but they may only need 14 as Watson now sees the whitewash of the line, tries to beat his man, doesn't do it. Has he found touch? No, not right at the moment. Just shy, and may have been turned over. I think it has, and it has been so. But they've done so illegally. We cross it, and it will be Loughborough who got the penalty. They may take this quickly, 25 metres out. But instead, they fancy a little dart at the line.
See here. He just pops it out. Man comes in, and you see there the Exeter 3. Elliot Roof decides to do his own bit of blocking. Big line out for Loughborough this one.
Indeed it is, and for Exeter as well, who had it all their own way in the first 10 minutes of this game, and Loughborough are the ones who got back into it. Again, Dickinson goes long.
He missed it.
And he's missed it the second time out of 3.
Get out a jail card there.
Second time of 3 that he's missed on the line. And that ball has hardly gone anywhere in the box kick, but it seems to...
That was very unlucky there.
Yeah, in the Exeter number 12, but it was done so
good call by the ref, I think. Good call by the ref. Here we see it again. Up he goes. Number of hands in there, but he comes up. Yep, and it's all over him. Well done though.
Ball was spinning away in the air then.
Yeah.
I think with this wind coming from left to right, and as you see on the screens right now, it was just held up that box kick there. So we go again. The sun basks down over this Devonshire countryside. Watson with a put in on the first scrums we've seen this afternoon. Watson finds Dixon. Dixon with the good hands.
Hey.
Will Kay now.
He's going to back himself in that
Manda
corner.
Vega.
No, he comes back inside.
But they smell the try line to the men in purple.
Well up, he met that well.
Hit on the number 8, Luke Frost. Watson. Dixon. to Jonah Boyce, the big man. Using his weight and his momentum and still gains the yards from it. Does well. Does the big forward. Watson now. Loose pass, but still picked up by Will Morrison, who goes long this time to Will Kay. Kay, he's got a man to his right hand side. He may not need him, you know, but he needed a try saving tackle, but it just pops out again. But it was popped out forward, and Exeter breathe again.
So easy for us up here, Johnny. But as you go through, you come out here. As I thought it was going to be a hospital ball, but nobody was up on it. So he had the time. He comes through here,
Man on the right,
and
there.
he gets the right side of his man. Look, he's
Oh.
there. He's done it. Now pop it. No, he did the right thing. He went on the inside shoulder. He got the ball around the back of him, and all he had to do was pop it out. But it's easy for me to say. But that is what he should have done.
They ruined that chance, won't they? When they look back at this later in the week, they'll be ruining that one. 15 minutes to go in this first half. Scrum down on the Essex 5 metre line. Back over the putted and collects. Now then, tackle there on Chris Swash, one of the try scorers for Exeter this afternoon.
Back to Landry, and he's going to be launching this down. No, box kick.
Box kick spins away.
It's that bounce, and he has.
And now a little bit of football there from the number 14, George Smith, and picked up now by Will Kay. Towards the 22. This is a good period of play, this has been for Loughborough. And it seems that they've been reaping dividends for them, especially the last 15 minutes of play for them. The first 10 minutes, they weren't even on the pitch, they're still on the M5, but they seem to have come to play now. Joe Cave. Watson. Nice inside pass from Dixon to Joe Doyle.
Just that one tap while he's through, he's back up.
He's back up again, Doyle. Into the 22 he comes. The Exeter defence under immense pressure now, but they can relieve it with the penalty.
Well played there. See him come through. He's there. Right, there's Exeter. 7 on him. He's still on his feet. He's on his feet. He's not letting go, and that's excellent play by is it Matt Elliott. Excellent play there.
So just a man down for Exeter at the moment, just receiving a little bit of treatment.
He's taking the knee. No American national anthem going on, so he must be injured.
We're getting replacements coming on here. Fraser Bruce, I do beg your pardon, is getting ready right now. One of the forwards, I just can't tell from where we're standing right now which one it is. Maybe Thomas Rhodes, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the other prop. He's checking his neck still moving, so I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, Thomas Rhodes is the man. He's just getting checked out by the medical staff.
Looking in the crowd here, Johnny, we've got lots of Exeter Chiefs shirts and tops and high performance coach labels and everything else.
Indeed,
obviously,
yes.
Literally just up the
We'll be
road.
at Sandy Park in the new year, I believe.
We are, yeah.
We're at, I think when Exeter host, it might be Hartbury in the new year. I'm not so sure, but I know we're definitely at.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And as we went down the M5, you could see the gantry we'd be standing on. Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
It was, how can I say, exposed. You could see it a long way off, and it was very high up.
Yes, and I think that's mid-February we're there as well. So.
Oh, it'll be warmer by then.
Yes, yeah. We'll be basking in the Devonshire sunshine now.
We certainly will.
Bear in mind, a lot of the venues in the north right now will be about a good 7-8 degrees colder than where we are right now. So good job we protected to this week, and not Durham or Northumbria.
Yeah.
Exeter relieved the chance to clear their lines with this penalty. They're not only going to get about 10 metres from it, and a very poor take from spectators in the crowd. It didn't make any effort whatsoever to get that ball.
We could have seen a bit more effort there, like, spread the base a bit more, taking it in, but no, just played it as if they were standing in the crowd and not expecting it.
Indeed. So the Callum Young, first line that we've seen of him today, and again from the line, both these sides are really struggling at the moment. Watson wasn't the not best offload there, but it's still picked up though by Richie Lewis, who has to get around one man and another, and he does well, does the Loughborough number 12, to keep possession. Watson hands off to Luke Frost, who receives a cold reception from the Exeter defence, who win the penalty.
Holding on. Let's see that again there. Broke through well there. Is that the 7 again? Like, he's on his feet, he's got his hands all over the ball. They won't let him pick it up. Is that, no, who's that? That's
5.
Will L. Sorry, no, Jack Roos, yeah. Excellent play. And a great kick by Landry, right up into the corner there.
Yes, Landry, one of the talisman for you feel for the Exeter side. He's had a couple of man of the match performances so far for Exeter this season.
Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. We'll read your tweets out if we see anything. We need to find out more musical playing gifts from players, or anything else that we can pass on.
Excellent, that's a lot better from Young. And now the drive triumphs to come from Exeter, who try and re-establish their authority on this game. Just shy of the line. Bagwell spots the gap opening up for Landry, who tries to dance on the 6 points, but is caught by the Loughborough defence.
Coming back well.
Stopping him in his tracks, and they may have turned it over, but illegally, and Exeter will have the penalty. Same again, please. Oh, and a little bit of afters.
Oh, yeah, very nice, very nice.
And just the little bit of spice we need on a Wednesday afternoon.
It certainly is. Whenever it happens like that, it's nice to have the scrum cap on to stop the blows, but you do stand out like a sore thumb when it starts happening. Not that I'm saying that anybody with scrum caps.
Do we have a sighting commissioner for this league? But we may have to have one after this.
I think so.
Well, I know. From the remember Ned Warren was one of them. That's I think he was one who got the blow. But I think the referees have done well there, and he's gonna have a word with both the captains and just say, listen, lads, let's have no more of this.
Yeah. Well, the rain started again. It's now coming in from behind us rather than down in front. So hopefully that means because there's more blue sky down that way that it's just going to come over and it will be a little shower.
No, so what's our referee's decision here? Is he going to have a chat with his touch judge? Penalty is given, and that's exactly what
started it.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's decided. You know, listen, lads, let's get on with it. Come on, let's.
Trying to get the ball out there.
Just a little bit of afters there, but anyway, we can't we digress. We can't.
Well taken.
That's history. This is now. Excellent line out again from Young. But Loughborough survive, and they will have the potting.
Yeah, they did really well there. They just wrapped it all up, and that was never coming out. Their player was never rolling away. They were never going to let him roll away, and the ball wasn't presented. So easy one for the ref, and just a little bit messy from Exeter there, really. You know.
Just remind you, we're back here next week. We've got a bit of a double header here to Exeter. We're back here next Wednesday, as the hosts will host Bath. The first time those two sides will have played this season. That should be an interesting one. Bath, who are trying to stop their authority on this league as well, and one of the dark horses that we were sensing that maybe stop Hartpury in their tracks, who are on a proper juggernaut at the minute, as that team from Gloucestership.
Both
what we saw last week.
Saturdays.
Yes, indeed. Something in the water on that part of the world at the moment.
It certainly is.
Wilcock now. Tackle made by Will Morrison. Bagwell fishes it out. Good tackle there from Joe Cave. Landry spots the gap, opening up. Pops that one forward, but Will Cave calls to the mark.
There, just needed a bit more on it.
Yes, indeed. No chance to clear their lines. But Richard, decent game so far.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good game of rugby. We see some good running rugby every now and again, and the rest of the time it is a good level of rugby. I think that's where we got to. But Exeter looking to break quickly.
Yes, Exeter take the line out very quickly. Trying to catch Loughborough off guard. Bagwell. James McRae. Good hands. And now Exeter off to the races once more. They're going to need a little bit of help here, does Ed Forshaw.
Yeah, he got a bit isolated there. Nobody was up with him, and he was looking every time to give it away.
Nice hands there from Rhodes.
Excellent. Out the back of the hand from the prop. Excellent work.
Yes, indeed. Jack Roos now. Loughborough calling for reinforcements on their far side here. Landry catches the ball high. He still darts into the 22.
He did well there. He had a prop outside him. He couldn't really play him out there because the prop would have just been caught at the back there. He's taking it in, letting them reset.
3-on-1 here. Wilcock up to the 5-metre line.
Bit loose.
Yes, ball comes out loose again, and Mandavenga trying to snatch it for Loughborough. Still retained by the home side. Bagwell now. A bit of help from Thomas Rhodes to try
Exeter
and
is set again now.
send Roof over the line. Bagwell. Holdsworth with a bit of help from Ned Warren. But popped out again. Still kept into the home side. James McRae searching for another try tonight.
You said it.
Right in midfield now.
He did very well there. He dropped the ball, picked it up again, reset. Excellent work.
Bagwell. Forshaw. Ball pops out.
It's turned over by Loughborough.
And Loughborough have the chance to clear their lines here, but it's difficult
They'll
for
try
them.
and
But
run it
Wilkie.
They've got the advantage from the knock-on, but yeah, we're going back there.
And they're going to go back for that knock-on. Would you say this is a 50-50 contest right at the moment?
Yeah, I think it's 51-49. Something else was yesterday because
I think that was 48.3 and 48.9. I think it was.
Okay. Anyway,
when I left the house this morning.
Exeter are just pipping it. I mean, basically, Loughborough have had a couple of breakaways. They haven't had much time down there, but Exeter have really been dictating, and Loughborough have been defending really well. So I think once Loughborough get their hands on the ball, they're holding on well, but they're just not getting the yards down the pitch, and it's nothing to do with the wind anymore, which is again disappeared.
So that's reset once, we'll try again. Short-term penalty given Loughborough's
Early
way.
push, Exeter, taking it quick, make some yards there.
Mid-frost.
Now that wind has picked right up again now, so this should be able to take him length of the pitch.
And that is an excellent kick. That is an excellent
lucky.
kick.
Can hold on to it, into the crowd it goes, so he can't take the quick one. So well played, Loughborough. Really did well there. Cleared their lines. 50 metres down the pitch. And we're getting these gusts of wind every now and again. It just keeps picking up, and Loughborough really benefit from it then.
Callum Young from the line. A little bit of a juggling act in the air, but still collected by
Nice
by
roll
Exeter.
now.
Bagwell, the box kick into the wind, spins high in the air and only goes about 20 metres. And an excellent take by Wilkie in the air, and a nice offload it was too by the number 15 to number 11 Beckett.
Loughborough clear out the Exeter 7 and 8 there that time. He's been on their feet, picking that ball up and turning it over.
Jonah Boyce stopped in his tracks. Watson, Dixon, Richie Lewis. Loughborough being sent backwards at the moment. They've lost a few metres here, so they've only been forced to kick with the wind downfield. Goes into the hands of Landry. Landry trying to launch the counter-attack himself, stopped in his tracks by Luke Frost.
Yeah, that's and Luke Frost there, not rolling away. Once again, Landry, he goes to ground there, and he turns nicely into the player, and so that ball, you see that there, look, he turns and he decides it's going out that way, and that player's not moving, he gets the penalty.
Excellent kick by Landry as well, to get to about 7-8 metres out.
As we watch, we had to see Eddie Stobart truck go by. Do you know, John, Johnny, that you, accordingly, you'll see one of those on every road in the country, and I played that game with my kids in the car, and it's true. All the way from Carlisle, I think.
Indeed they are. That's where that great haulage company's based. And we're just having a look here. I think this might be one of the last plays of the first half. It's one or two players just receiving some treatment at the moment. So we've got
So I think I think Exeter have just edged this half, and if they pick up anything here, then that's definitely the case. But I think they played the better rugby. They tried to play the better rugby, and I agree with you. It looked like, Loughborough were still trying to catch up at the first 10 minutes where they were still on the coach.
out.
They tried that same move with the last one there, and brilliantly picked up by the Loughborough back row there.
Kick downfield in towards the crowd. Nobody's going to be collecting that one. So we will have one more phase of play. As many students have turned out this afternoon for this tie. Callum Young gets the call from Fraser Bruce in the line. It's collected by a little bit of a juggler now.
And this time they're going for a traditional drive rather than the move off the back. And they pick up 10 yards from here and release the backs. I think they've got numbers out there, so there's chances here.
Elliot Roof is the man in collection at the moment.
He's done well to get that back.
Bagwell now goes to his right hand side and uses the number 8 James McRae. Bagwell again to Landry. Landry, good eyes to give it to Holdsworth. Trying Fox will look at defence. Bagwell now. Landry again. Thunderous hit there from Will out. But
offside, you see there.
You see the penalty.
A bit tight there. Quick tap, I think. No.
Maybe a kick a goal here. Knowing it's one of the last phases of play in this first half. Landry has the ball in hand. And here comes the decision. No, corner it is, so we do have time.
We have time. We did have to cut a long injury, so maybe that's where they're coming from. Well played here.
Yes, well.
Exeter, you can see that. There's his hands in it, look. He's off his feet. He's still handing the ball. You've got to let go of it there. And now, just outside of our picture, you don't get up that quick when you're a second row. You're definitely offside. So I'm sure Exeter are looking to take this today sometime.
Well, hopefully. I want to catch the traffic before it hits Bristol for rush hour. In all fairness,
right, exactly. You're probably not far wrong there.
Yeah. Young.
Right, so traditional, there we go. This is where they've got to make it count. They've got good control of the ball's at the back, they've got the maul there. Loughborough's got one choice here, take that down, I think.
Penalty to come.
Just give them the penalty, and that'll be the card. And I said, that's it. Their only choice is to take it down. They did. And who's the culprit?
Well, there's your guilty party. So Loughborough we're down to 14, and then now they're going to have a kick at the post. So that's their little bonus at the end of this first half. That's knowing that Loughborough will start the second half with 14 men.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 10 minutes with 14 men. They openly go in 18-12.
And they'll have the wind at their backs in the second half as well.
And yeah, because once again that wind's picked up, and you know, we saw, and Landry's kicking game has been absolutely excellent, and that's against the wind. So with the ball in his hands in the second half, you know, he's going to be able to plant Exeter down in these corners, pretty much from his own 22. So once again, I think Exeter have got the game for this at the moment. But it's not like at Northumbria. It's not a lot right off Loughborough. They came back there and they showed their pedigree in the last 10 minutes to win that one.
Landry from the tee. This to give Exeter a 6-point lead at the end of this first half. On its way and into the heart. Superb kick from Ed Landry, and that'll be half time, and Exeter will lead it 18 points to 12.
Excellent half there from Exeter. I think they fully deserved that 6-point lead. They really capitalised on the ball they had. They really pushed Loughborough back. Loughborough seemed to be on the back foot all the time. Excellent work, and they've only got to play like that in the second half, and I don't see Loughborough coming back.
Well, let's have a look at some of the highlights of this first half. As both teams enter the change rooms. This is Loughborough's first try after Exeter took the early lead.
And there we go. Taking it in there, he broke 1, 2, 3, 4 tackles. That's where it's all made, and good support by the 8 on his shoulder. And once that popped up into his basket, nobody was stopping him there. So excellent play. I mean, that's a good winger that backs himself, goes for it, dances through. You can't knock that. Here we go again. Scrum half feet him nice and quickly. And you're going to see it here. Inside 4, 11, 9 and 7. Sorry, 6 and 7. Pops off there and nobody can get near him. Landry just tries to hold him up. That was never going to happen. Excellent work. It's difficult to defend when there's a guy takes 4 of your players out and runs through the gap.
This is the Exeter's second try.
Scored like that. An excellent move here. We see it go to the back. He brings it down. So we see here Loughborough now committed to the line. He pops off for the runner. He can charge straight into him. Pops it off, and inside and outside, and another inside shoulder. He just rolls off that there. I mean, Loughborough would be a bit disappointed with that, because 2 of them should have got it. You see here the 8 come round the front. There we go, we've got the 8, he's coming round. I'm sure he didn't want to take it that high up, but he did. Now we got it here, and it's 1 inside shoulder, 1 outside shoulder, and he's there. 14 brought himself into the line there, and he didn't fancy it against the big power in Chris Swash for Exeter. So Loughborough responded pretty much straight away.
They did indeed, yes. I think with the try coming from Will Morrison.
There we go. Number 8, number 4, into a gap, and nobody was at home at all there. I think it was his fellow second row, he stepped inside as well there. I won't want to watch that again. Here it is as it comes out. Yep, nice little pop inside the 8 and the 4. They won't be very up there. It's forward. You make those tackles up there, and he's in under the post. Nice guaranteed 7 points there, and that was well played, Loughborough, because at that point they were struggling to get back in the game. Exeter had that early momentum, so you know they did well to bring that back.
So that's where we are at half time. As you can see, the black clouds in the distance, but they've passed us thankfully, as Exeter lead Loughborough at half time by 18 points to 12.
Exeter done well in this crowd down here, considering that 90% of the university will be playing a sport of some description today.
Yes, not many refreshments nearby though. There's, I think
There's none.
A lot of people have been to the local supermarket and bought their own by the looks of things.
Yeah.
A little bit of a congregation going on in the corner down there, but I think it looks like a bit of a conference going down with a few unsavoury characters. With a little bit.
Not at all. I think they're just selling all the right stuff. It'd be nice if it made it this far.
Enjoying themselves, no doubt. General thoughts of the first half? Loughborough, if there's a boxing match, you'd give them on points right now. They haven't exactly dealt the knockout blow, but right now the referee does need to stop the game. We've got a few more rounds to go.
Yeah, I think that, well, as I said, thoroughly deserved their lead. I think that with the wind at the back and Landry's kicking game at the moment, they're going to come out with that. But as I keep saying, I'm not one to sit on the fence, Johnny. You know me. Loughborough have got the ability to come back, and as we've just seen recently in other affairs around the world, you never know what's going to be happening.
Yes, indeed.
There's a call out for one of our sponsors while we're here, EuropeSat. We got the satellite set up today. We're coming to you via satellite. It's set up behind us there because no power today. We had to revert to good old satellite power, no internet tested out on. So we're coming to you. I think it's about 36,000 miles that goes up, down and round and into everybody's mobile at the moment. So
lovely.
Cleverer than you think here, Johnny, aren't we?
Yes, indeed. I'll be honest with you, one of my first times being in Exeter last night. I met up with a couple of old friends of mine for dinner there yesterday evening by the cathedral there and seeing what used to be the Royal Clarence Hotel, which was unfortunately caught fire a couple of weeks ago, or what was left of it. It was one of the oldest hotels in Britain at the time, but no longer. Hopefully that's going to be refurbished and rebuilt sooner than expected, because it's a bit of a landmark in the city, and I was quite surprised when I saw that last night. For the first time.
I mean it was well. Just thankfully nobody was hurt, but the whole thing is gone. That's a rebuild and a refurb.
Yeah.
Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby, iSport Analysis are telling us how well they're doing with their stuff there. Use those, upload your games and do your analysis and see what's going on there. They're on the ball. And looking to see that there's the other games going on today, Johnny, but I'm struggling to get the results to come through here.
I think all of them will be kick off later tonight. I think there's a few 6:30 kickoffs this evening. So this is the early kickoff today in this BUCS Super Rugby round. Next week we're back here in Exeter.
Hopefully the weather will be as good to us again, and there won't be the trees falling and the power going overnight. So fingers crossed there. Everything will be good. So there's George Shooter, the Loughborough coach and former England hooker, coming back. He's one of the Loughborough students' coaches. He's just hope his words have worked their magic in the half time.
I'm just a little bit worried. I think the wind's changed. Just in the last 15 minutes or so. It was left to right. It's now into across, as
it's
it
now
were.
coming into our face.
Into our faces,
and that's where those clouds are.
And that's where those clouds are heading this way, by the looks of things. So everybody here might have to brace for the worst, because Loughborough make their way back onto the field. And all of a sudden, so as I mentioned, the wind changing, the wind gets up as well. So conditions could be a little bit difficult in this second half.
Well, instead of Ed Landry kicking and getting 60 yards down the pitch, I think we could be looking at 60 yards off the side.
Exeter make their way back onto the field, and as I mentioned, Richard, just a few moments ago, when we started this game, the wind was coming left to right. Now it's coming into our faces, and I've just felt the first drops of this, what looks like storm-like rain, which is heading our way, and this is going to make conditions incredibly difficult, not just for kicking, but for handling as well in the second half.
But I think this will help Loughborough. Help Exeter, because the Loughborough coach was telling us beforehand, they're going to just try and max their physicality. That's what they're known for. So, let's cover a few things over here, Johnny, because it's looking...
Well, both teams are ready to go, but there was one thing we're missing, and that's a referee. And as I mentioned, what's coming down? It is hailstone.
Yeah.
Hailstones I'm just seeing coming down right now, and these hailstones aren't small. I feel like a US weather reporter all of a sudden. These hailstones are quite the size of small pebbles.
Oh, the rest decided he is going to come out with the hailstones, and suddenly we got a massive downpour here. And I take my hat off now to our camera guys, because they are getting absolutely soaked by all this up above us.
Well, half the crowd has just ran into the.
So anyway, the rugby, here we go.
I said it was hail. I think this is more sleet in all fairness that's coming down right now.
Yeah.
But this is not nice. But it was expected, especially in the north of the country right now. We have had a lot of snow up in the up towards Yorkshire way.
Yeah. Let me just tell you, there was no rain today after 2 o'clock on the forecast last night. We were looking at it, and we were very happy with having a dry day. But somebody got something wrong.
Indeed.
This wind is really picking up and swirling.
Yes, it's going to make the drive home quite interesting. Look at it that way. Anyway, Loughborough are the ones who need to get on the front foot in this second half. They've got a 6-point deficit to chase, and they've got the conditions against them as well. Watson. Will Morrison. Watson again. Nice hands to Jonah Boyce, who slowly but surely gets past his man. Watson.
I think this is a game that Loughborough are going to have to play now. They're definitely not going to be kicking out of that half. So they can just keep playing it through the hands, just keeping it tight and looking for a break. And just wear them down.
And a little bit of an irony, the sun's just trying to come through the clouds as well. Van der Wenger. Boyce. Watson now.
Oh, forward,
and
unlucky.
We'll have a chance to clear the match. You can hear on our microphones, in fact, how windy it has become. This rain is actually more horizontal now.
Yeah, it's
right
horizontal.
into our faces, and we're getting a soaking in our commentary gantry. I feel sorry for the guys above us. Our cameramen are going to need some. Hopefully they've got some decent waterproofs, otherwise they could be in a little bit of trouble themselves.
Yeah, don't encourage them, Johnny. So it is absolutely tanking down here. We do what we do to keep these lenses clear as much as we can. Hashtag BUCS Super Rugby.
Reminds me of when I was at university in my alma mater, which is it was this was around November, December, January time.
Right, we're back.
Exeter have the scrum. Left time and run the phases. Bagwell again.
Well, lost their team sheets. Excellent game. That kick from Land. Yeah, okay, got the ball.
People tell me time again, all the it's an amazing job.
Can do to hold them on. Hold equipment.
Young.
There they go. So the second is all looking good. Now can they get here? Because guys in the first half, no, it's they lost that momentum.
And just reminds you as well, Loughborough should be down to 14 to the start of this second half as well. There's one of their men going in the bin at the end of the first half. Bagwell. McRae. Bagwell again. Surveying his options. Pops up to Landry. He's been sent backwards by number 8 Frost. Wilcock, McRae again. McRae is remaining strong and dives into the 22. Bagwell. Roof.
Well played. He's strong.
Indeed.
Didn't let him take him down.
Yes.
Got another 10 yards there, and they're on the front foot.
But
unfortunate knock on, but are they going to be able to profit from it?
yes,
They've got to go through the hands down here.
indeed they have to. Boyce was the man who knocked on for Exeter. And it's slow and steady as they try and clear their lines here. Watson will do this time. Sends it to Dixon, who sends it high into the air. Now that ball's just swirling and it hasn't gone nowhere. Just outside the 22 it's gone, as it was knocked forward.
Yeah.
So Loughborough will have got a bit of a mountain to climb here in this second half. Not only to try and get back into the game, but they've got to fight the conditions here as well on the south coast. Penalty to Exeter, and in all fairness, this is just a chip for Landry from inside the 22 with this wind.
Yeah. And we saw there, once again, we see the momentum taking it forward. There. And he's on his knees. And he handled it. I mean, he'll argue all day that he was on his feet there, but his knees were taking the weight at one point there.
That's indeed the prudent choice for Landry. He is going to see taking this to a 9-point game. And to tell to Loughborough, come on boys, you've got to chase us now if you want to get something out of this game here today.
Yeah. So where are we now? If you lift everything, it's to make it 21-12, 9 points. So early, but it's still two scores.
Well, in golfing terminology, this is just a dink with a wedge in this wind.
I'll let you carry on with the golfers. I'm not allowed to do my year selection ones. And
straight over.
Yeah, they
no
like
problem.
it.
I'm a bit worried though that I might have hit my car, but anyway, moving on. 9 points clear. Landry has scored 11 from his boot. 21-12, the hosts lead. You know, sometimes when you're doing when you do these broadcasting stints, you always say to yourself, preparation. You know, failing to prepare, you might as well prepare to fail.
Yeah.
And about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and that ball just spanning again in the air for the kickoff. Only gone 10 metres. And I always usually use computers, as you know. Penalty to Exeter and a chance to hoof this one into the 22. I always use my computer for my team sheets and everything else and my stats. And I thought, so 1 o'clock, I've got a feeling it's going to be quite nasty this weather today. So I've written everything down on paper and clipboard, you know. And trust me right now, this clipboard is one of the best 89 pence I've ever spent in my life. That ball has gone so far, by the way, from Landry, from inside his own half, that he's hit it out over the dead ball line. Yeah.
Well, that's what he's got to be careful of, but it's just going to show that they get under pressure and they gets the boot on the ball. He's going to be able to take him down to those 80 yards, and we need him. These forwards are going to be asking him to do that a bit more. Well, my Twitter feed's gone down with the rain, so. But if it comes back up, hashtag BUCS Super Rugby.
30 minutes after play, Exeter with the 9-point lead. In the howling rain here on the south coast of Devon.
They got the shove, and it's good. I mean, Loughborough did well getting that out, but they're on back foot. But
Watson.
Here they come forward.
Dixon. That's Joe Doyle. Watson again. Dixon. Jonah Boyce. The forward gets over the game line well. Gains a yard or so. Dixon inside this time. To Luke Frost. Slow phases being made here by Exeter. Watson. Go to his right hand side. Dixon spots a man, tries to get round in Jonah Boyce now. Exeter calling for reinforcements on the right hand side. Chance for Loughborough if they go a little bit quicker here, but Dixon's only been forced to kick. And he'll gain a few yards from it, but it won't be when this kick is returned. There you go. That's an excellent take that was from Dixon as
Yeah,
well.
excellent play.
Van der Wenger tries to drill it low like a 2-iron. And now the kicking game continues. How high that one's gone. Right in the wind, into the 22. Ball's been lost as well, caught in the flight.
He touched it as well, taking it down. So I thought he touched it, so that's not a 22 dropout in my book.
Well, that's what
It
Exeter.
was for his hand and he touched it, I thought, but linesman says no. So
Well, that's what Exeter were appealing.
I should say assistant referee said no, and so they must be right.
So we restart. Reload. Bit of a juggling act there from Wilcock. He caught it well. And you feel the next
good
score here.
support there.
Absolutely vital. Good tackle there though by Will Morrison.
Yeah, bit
And
of a
so much so,
knock-on. Yeah.
forces the unforced error from Exeter, and Loughborough will have the put in. Couple of changes being made for Loughborough. Seb Brownhill coming on the field, as is Victor Cunningham.
Thank you. So Johnny, what do you think? By next week I should get some like sides to this scaffold tower and add a little heater?
I think our cameraman could do with the roof right now.
Oh God, yeah.
I think we're only semi-soaked, but these guys are absolutely drenched above us and probably freezing right now.
I just
That
hope they don't mind
wasn't
about
going
it.
along again. So you see what I mean by the wind here. You
Yeah.
know, even though it's helping Exeter, it's also been a hindrance to them at the same time.
Yeah, but I mean the fact is that one didn't go dead, so at least they keeping Loughborough from kicking against a very strong wind from their own 22. So the game's going to be played in the Loughborough half, and so percentage rugby, which is what we're doing here. It works. I mean, here we go. They're not getting out of their own half. Take that ball back at them.
Tackle there by Sydney Blackmore. Bagwell picks up for the hosts. Good hands there from Callum Young.
Good handling.
Charlie Wicks on the field for Exeter.
Oh, knock on there.
Ball knocked forward, so opportunity
Got
coming
thrown
here.
out there. He just didn't see that coming. Unfortunate knock on. This is Loughborough's first foray up here. And they can get good control of the ball and get a score on here. That's going to lift them, because once again the wind has disappeared.
Yes, it's been swirling all afternoon. It's at the back 1 minute and then just disappears the next.
Yep. So we've lost the rain. Thankfully, we've lost the wind.
Dixon. Watson picks up. Dixon again. Goes low with this one to try and put Ed Landry under pressure. Landry beats the fullback Will Kay and spots the gap open up at the back.
If that
And
stays
that
in, that's
is an excellent kick.
Yeah, I mean, excellent play. I was talking about him earlier and how he can influence the game with his boot when the wind picks up. Well, there's no wind now. He picks it up, sidesteps. Then an excellent kick down there. He keeps it in. And we're down nearly on the Loughborough 22, and he was in his own 22 under pressure. As the rain comes back.
Yes, just to remind you, we'll be back here next week as the hosts Exeter will take it on Bath. As Morrison collects for Loughborough.
Exeter Bath next week, Johnny, did you say? Sorry?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, exceptional. That's going to be a good game. Bath just up the road, and both doing well at the moment. Both have really good results, so that's going to be well. So if Exeter win this, they're really marching on for that game. Now, this is well played by Loughborough.
Watson. Van der Wenger. Strong tackle there from Tom Holdsworth.
I rely on you for the names as you're holding that team sheet close to your chest, trying to keep it right out of the way.
I didn't bring any pencils with me, so it's all in ink and it's just running away at the minute. Yeah. This is my backup because I don't want to bring the computer up here instead.
No, not bad judge, mate. Not bad judge.
Yeah, not fair. So I think I'm quite a prudent choice in all fairness. Landry collects them for Exeter. 3 points they have picked up so far in this second half.
Thank you, Tim Jinkerson. Loving BUCS Super Rugby. You can't beat seeing the game played at this level. You see the shape of the game. BUCS Super Rugby at Exeter Uni. Thank you, Tim. Jesse Lipetz Robic. Great to be able to watch the boys all the way from Jordan.
Wow, there you go.
We've had a Dubai, a Jordan. We had a Dubai last week. Keep them coming in. Did very well to keep that in. Very well.
Well, you spoke too soon.
Well, yeah, there we go. He did very well to keep it in initially. So Jordan, Mumbai, Manila, Auckland, all around the world.
Yes,
You're going to be famous one of these days.
I know, you sound like filling his fog all of a sudden, you know. Around the world in 80 tweets. That's what me.
And I'm not going to mention the US again, but the rain has just hit the Twitter feed, and now I've got Hillary Clinton. So you've got to get off that.
This is the most important affair we want to speak about right now.
Yep.
It's between these two sides, and Bagwell. Roof trying to fish the ball out, but it may have come unfounded and has come the other way. Indeed it has, and it will be Loughborough who'll have the button. Once the players didn't hear the whistle of our referee, as another player's down there, Elliot Roof just going to receive some treatments from some of the medical staff.
Right, please, Johnny, I've got rid of Hillary and I'm back on the tweets.
Exeter are doing
extraordinarily If anybody has deserved to lay down there and have a bit of rest while the cramp's sorted out, it's that big Leicester Exeter prop. I think he's had an exceptional good game. He's been breaking the lines, he's been getting through. Very impressed indeed.
Well, that is Elliot Roof. And right now, pardon the pun, but in Richard Jackson's world, the roof is on fire.
Johnny, can't take you anywhere.
And for those who keeping score, that's one of my first ones of the night. So 23 minutes left to play. Callum Watson with the putting for Loughborough.
So heavy rain back, but the wind's dropped, so Loughborough can...
penalty action.
I think he's hands in the ruck. I think hands in the scrum. I think you get that. They were under pressure. Yeah, hand in the scrum and decided to push it back. Here we go. Now, what happened just before then? It was a nice little second row arm in there, pushing it back, and that's really got those Exeter boys pumped up. And Landry, it's going to be inside the 22 here.
I just giggled. I just looked to my left. If our cameramen think they're wet now, they're going to be in about 10 minutes or so. And the crowd with a little bit of a war cry down to my left. I feel the local water has probably reached some part of the system, and they're beginning to get a little bit vocal.
Sasha Barras enjoying watching Exeter dominate the purple from the warmth of her home. BUCS Super Rugby. Yeah, crowd are picking up a bit now. We've got gone vocal. They've decided that they're so wet it doesn't matter now. I think they've given up trying to keep dry. So there we go. So get the ball to the back. There it is. See it nicely, and you get that ball rolling. And now all Loughborough are going to go do is take that down. Get that ball to the back again. New rule this year: you can't slip down the side. It has to come back. They've got that rolling.
The man with it.
There we go. We have to get it going again.
Bagwell. Important phase of play. They should give the next score absolutely vital.
He's on it. Yeah, that's ref's going to give it. That ref is definitely that's an early infringement in from the side, but Exeter couldn't get that ball back. Loughborough on their feet. He was holding on, but he's gone to the earlier infringement. Out he goes.
Set again, please.
Yeah. Johnny, you might be commentating your own in a minute. I just looked left as well. I'll have more than Hillary Clinton on my tweet feed if that rain hits us like that.
We can see it on where you're watching right now, wherever you may be around the world watching us here. We're bringing you some of this fine university rugby here on the South Coast. You can see how heavy this rain is just from our camera shots. But right
here we
now,
go, it's rolling, yes.
And there's Callum Young, the scorer.
It's excellent play. I mean, it's like, I know we say technical stuff, but we see it from the line out. Well taken. Right, they get their shape. So they're moving it straight away. Ball's coming to the back. He's got it there. They're rolling off the side. They're keeping it moving all the time. Rolling, and he's going to sit there. He's 1-on-1 now, and he's going to take it, and over he goes. There we go. Yeah, well played, ref, as well. He got around a good position there. But I know it's easy to say, you do that on training ground enough, but pulling it off. It's rain, Johnny.
It's getting the best of everybody, Richard. Trust me, it's not seeping through into our gantry now from upstairs.
Yep.
So 20 minutes left to play. Landry looking to add the extras and basically to make this a bit of a parade for the home side. It's gone incredibly dark here as well, Tomas. Landry sent it on its way, just creeps inside the left-hand side of the post. Well, yes, I thought it was. I think our touch judges are waiting for Michigan to be called. So they do take their time.
Yeah, it's non-stop waiting for this. The touch judges, so they keep us in suspense.
Yes, indeed.
And I tell you, our producers, must take our hat off to them. They've done a great job, and they're doing a great job today. Right, they're giving us away from the very dry van at the moment as we all get soaked up there, and they go back inside and enjoy themselves. All I say is that
grinning like Cheshire cats.
Yes, they certainly were. With the food and the tea and everything else, while we get absolutely soaked down here. But it's a Newcastle losing, and he won't be so happy. Anyway,
that's the football team, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, we continue. We digress because this rugby is very entertaining, especially if you're a fan of the team in green and white who have been very dominant in the second half.
Yeah.
With respect, the conditions have held them in this second half. They have had the wind at their backs at times, and so much so that they have really paid dividends for them. They've used them to their advantage. And look at Landry here with this kick downwind.
Yeah.
From his own 22, it more or less lands into the other 22. And Will Kay has to respond. And if he kicks this, it's hardly going to go anywhere because of the wind and the rain that we have here. But Loughborough do get the penalty, and it's vital that the next score has to come from them if they want to get anything out of this game. But they are chasing 16 points deficit and around about the same time limit left to go.
Yeah. You see here, they're taking it in. Exeter aren't letting that ball out. Ref picks it up, not releasing. That was their way of slowing it down. So, subs happening now. Some lucky player's going to get off and get in the shelter.
By the way, our cameras are using light-enhanced irises here on the to tell you how how light it is from where you're seeing right now. It is incredibly dark here, such as the cloud cover we've had over the last 5 or 6 minutes or so. When I said to Richard, look to your left, and we just saw a wall of black come our way.
But it's blue over there now, Johnny, so we're going to dry out eventually.
Anyway. Yeah, by about the 80-minute mark with the looks of things. And it's a little bit loose again from the...
I fancy Loughborough to get a score there. I fancied them to get a score there because they had the momentum. It was all looking good, and it just went by the side. That's unlucky there. Here we see it's coming out. They had a bit of momentum going there, and just unlucky. Just unlucky. And if you look down in our background there's the Exeter analysts in the pavilion. We've given them a feed, so they're doing their work from the pavilion in the dry. They'll give us a wave in a minute, I'm sure. But they're getting their coffee and their tea, running down there. Can't be bad.
Yeah, so and where's that glamorous presenter in all of this, by the way, today?
Oh,
You know,
she's
she keeps you warm in the
yeah,
van.
yeah, she's warm in the van, yeah. Lovely's down there.
We've got a great kick from Landry.
Excellent,
Excellent again.
And look at the pressure they got down there. They're running across their own line, and those kicks are good. But if you don't put the pressure on them like that, that's going to be the problem. So they've done really well there, getting it right up there. And more pressure. I think they're going to turn this over.
They may do, you know, they turned it over and they score for me. It's starting the car game over. Oh, so many on the left-hand side as well. So many.
They got numbers. They got numbers.
And the ball is dropped as well from the number 17 for Exeter, Bruce.
Difficult decision. He had 4 outside him and 1 Loughborough player. So once again, it's so easy from up here, Johnny. But here we go. You can't quite see it from that shot, but we can tell you that he had a few players outside him.
So roughly 15 minutes left to play.
I think Exeter will be happy with this, just staying down there.
Well, the hardy souls the crowd here. I'll give them credit where it's due. Really hearty souls around here.
Yeah, I must admit, nobody has that first initial deluge, they disappeared off, but they're hanging in here. The lacrosse has finished behind us. All the lacrosse girls and Downhouse are down in front of us. They're watching. They've decided they can't get any weather, so it doesn't matter. And the crowd are hanging in there. And as we said earlier, Wednesday afternoon, a couple of hundred people here. This weather, it's pretty good going.
It is good going indeed. They've done well.
It's all right behind us now, Johnny. Look at the blue sky over that way.
Yeah,
I know it's nowhere near us, but you know.
that could just be the eye of the storm for all we know. Loughborough had the putting with Watson. And Exeter have good scrum there from the Exeter pack.
A bit of shaking on the camera there. That's the producer was just trying to get some more rain cover to the equipment as he climbed up and down the scaffold.
So much so when we checked the weather forecast, it said light drizzle. You know.
There was no rain when we checked it earlier. But anyway, character building, Johnny. Exeter a couple more subs now.
Yes, a couple of changes have been made from the Exeter bench. Number 16 coming on, George Gosling, and Dom Thorne as well coming on.
Something makes me think that Jesse and Jordan isn't experiencing this type of weather. Now, I fancy Exeter to get the score from here. I know they're a long way out, but I think 2 or 3 phases of play and they're going to be over in the corner, and that's going to be the end of the game. Well, it would do if they'd won the line-up.
Yes, and well, indeed. So we'll have a scrum down, purple potted. But you feel we're giving the last rites more or less to this game, aren't we? Because Loughborough 2 tries needed, 2 converted tries needed, and a penalty, 16 points down.
Yeah.
And how many minutes? 12 minutes or so left to play.
Yeah.
Really up against it, you feel now.
Yeah.
Where's it gone wrong from? Where's it gone right from?
I think the first 10 minutes they weren't here. They did well to get the score back and everything else and kind of be in the game. But after that, it kind of like all went astray. I just think Exeter are more up for the game. I know you said they were still on the coach. Maybe that was for it. Maybe there's been a lot of changes. It's one of those things. But Exeter, home team, up for it. And coach said at the beginning, and they're all saying it's very hard for clubs to come down here. It is a long journey. Okay, fine. But it's the same every week for Exeter going the other way. But they look like they were still on the coach.
Well, right now, Exeter are going to succumb Loughborough to their second defeat of the season.
And they just turned them over again. I mean, Loughborough there, he got isolated, got turned over. And they're just more up for this game, it seems.
McRae ran into a purple wall on that occasion. Wicks, bit of a juggling act as he knocked it forward. Oh, I'd say Amanda Wenger then could have taken Wicks' head off as he tried to kick the loose ball.
But they've turned it over.
They have turned it over as well. Watson now.
But it's just good defence by Exeter. They're coming up as a nice tight unit. Look at that, and they're pushing them back, and that's what they've been doing all afternoon as well. And so that's made it harder for Loughborough.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
well played there. He's he's gained 5 yards by struggling after that ball.
Watson on the saturated ground now after all this heavy cold rain as well. It's from
definitely cold.
From winter rain, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit of sleet in there. Well,
Unlucky there.
and
that kind of sums up Loughborough's day.
Exactly. As you took the words right out of my mouth, as Meatloaf once sang. I think that's basically what I was about to say. If something somebody today, it would definitely be that. Exeter bringing the changes.
And Roof coming off there, and he's had an excellent game, exceptional game.
Indeed he has. Right into the final phases of play in this game, and well, that was our forward, and we'll have the putting.
Didn't know if it was going to be for the late tackle, the not straight line out, or well, that one happened first, as we know.
So Watson puts in.
Okay.
Well, that one looked a little bit dodgy, or maybe a little bit of a knock on there from the number 21 from Loughborough, Chris Davis, but lands into touch. And again, if Loughborough want to launch any sort of comeback here, they must get something from this lineup.
Yeah, definitely. 9 minutes to go, and I mean that's the first time they've been able to kick up the field without the wind pushing it back and gain lots of yardage. And now they can try and disturb this Exeter line out. They can make something.
Change the line. George Gosling is now the hooker for Exeter. Well, I said they need to get something from it. It was a tall ask. Gosling is good from the line. Box kick. And collected at the second time of asking. Oh, that's a thunderous hit. My word, they can hear that one in Tiverton. It was that loud.
Great play there by the Exeter 19 and 7. Excellent. Can't give names to say because all the papers are on, but excellent play there.
Yes, it was Callum Roberts and Matt Elliott.
All right.
What's about Watson now? Again, my word. Exeter right now are having more hits than Elvis in this last few phases of play.
You're bringing this American stuff up again. Excellent kick there. Excellent kick. It's like put them back there, 20 yards, and found the touch. Okay, it's Exeter line out, but it hasn't been running fully. So I fancy Loughborough. I fancy a score here from Loughborough.
Well, Exeter clear their lines here, and let's more or less start the car time out. You feel 16 points in under 10 minutes is, you feel, insurmountable even in this standard of rugby. They've got to find a score here from somewhere if they have give themselves any sort of chance.
They can compete in this line out. Here we go.
Exeter too good from the line.
Right, so this is just going to find itself.
Hoof downfield.
Yeah, 60 yards downfield.
With the wind at their
Go
backs.
over a box kick. I would have given him my full-back and let him drive it down.
A little bit open the right-hand side. If they go quickly. Van der Wenger. Picked up by Austin Beckett. (22-22) for Watson. Good. Oof. Watson again. Morrison calling for reinforcements on this near side here. with Jack Roos.
Well played. Steamed over there, just walked over him.
Watson again. Good tackle by Gosling. Loughborough just been stopped in the tracks right now.
Exeter, they got, excellent defence at the moment. Well, they're just not been allowed to roll away, but they're nice and tight up there, as you see there, and they wrap them up. Just as I say that, Loughborough managed to sneak through on one. Back for the penalty.
You're going to come back for the penalty for the tackle and not rolling away, as you rightly said, Richard. Well, what would you fancy here, tap and go or line out?
I think he's going to go over the corner, go over the line out. I think he's, that's where they're going to beat them up front, putting them down. They're not going to beat them out from here. They're just not going to get through that defence. So, got to try it from up there.
Well, you get on the camera, but that young gentleman in the black hoodie just coming to shot. He tried to catch the ball, bang, straight in the nose.
He missed it completely.
Straight
in the face, and he went sideways. And
well, I wonder if he's been sampling the local water while trying to catch that earlier. Well, in all this wind and rain today, that's been my definite highlights. But unfortunately, the guys didn't get it on camera, so he's saved his brushes at least. Loughborough needs something from this. They get the penalty again. Tap and go, taken quickly.
Here we go.
By Blackmore.
Fancy a score here, and I think it's make a difference. Now, can Exeter hold? If Exeter hold it here, they've won the game.
Will they hold though? Will they hold? They're just shy of that line. Merrin held up there though. 1 metre out. Blackmore going in again. We've gone over the top. And they score.
There we go.
The number 20, Victor Coonan, is the man who's got over. And this has to be taken very quickly to get themselves back into the game. So it's going to be lightning fast here from Loughborough. They can't hang around here.
There he is, he goes over the top. Well played. Looks like it's going in for the touchdown. He just goes over the top and puts it down.
NFL style.
Yeah.
Cato had the extras.
So
got to go this as well, has to go.
9 points.
Well, if this goes, it's 9.
Yeah, if this goes, it's 9, and we got about 4 minutes to go.
It is slotted over. 9 points the difference, and round about 4 or 5 minutes left to play.
So, and ref stopped the clock there. We got a Loughborough player down. He doesn't look like he's going to be moving.
Wow. Player down is the Loughborough number 7, Sydney Blackmore. He's just been carried off the field.
I think he just pulled up after that try. Went down there. He just seemed to pull up a bit. So that's the end of his game today.
So then it will be Ed Landry restarting. 3 1/4 minutes we have left on our clock. Ball goes backwards.
Now this is where if Exeter can get the pressure on him and keep him down there.
We're juggling that there by Will Morrison, but still collects.
This is what Exeter got to do. If Exeter can just defend in that 22.
That's what they need to do. Victor Coonan.
They just got to keep them down there because 3 minutes to go. And but this is Loughborough need the bonus. It's bonus point if they get another score here.
Yes, indeed, losing bonus points for being within 7. So they'll take something from the day. And another bonus point for the try as well. Penalty given.
Yeah. He knew he had the free ball there. Ref given a penalty. He knew he had the free ball. Let's try it, and try it he did.
20 points to 19.
You know that lovely blue sky now, Johnny? It's turned out to be lovely, isn't it?
Oh, a lovely day, yes indeed.
Absolutely lovely. What was anybody moaning about?
Chris Davis launches this into touch. We have 2 minutes or so left to play.
Well, the stadium clock says it's the last 40 seconds, but I think we're more accurate here with the last minute and a half.
Just to give an idea, by the way, our clock is only an indicator. We do go on the referee's whistle. And that could be game, set and match to
all they've got to do is just get it out of the fly half and 60 yards down the pitch, or the forwards just keep it for the next minute or so.
Instead, the referee going to stop the game. He spotted the knock-on.
And it's going to be a Exeter scrum, is it?
Indeed it will be. So that should be the game, set and the match. You've been impressed by a few players this afternoon.
I have.
Who's been your standout man?
Well, I think the fly, Landry, the fly half for Exeter, was exceptionally excellent. Exceptionally excellent, that's good, isn't it? But he was very good. The 8s for Loughborough was exceptional. I can't read your where we are. Luke Frost was exceptional, but me, man of the match, James McRae, the Exeter number 8. I think he's been absolutely outstanding. He's just been involved the whole time, and he's been dictating the game in the way that he's just been competing. He's been up on the tackles, he's been keeping the ball, he's had a couple of offloads that would be, if he'd had a black shirt on, we'd be talking about. I just think it's been absolutely excellent right across the board.
James McRae is the man of the match chosen from the gantry. Of course, both coaches will have their own man of the matches as well. That's also added on to the statistics when we have the awards at the end of the year, as it were. As we clock it 80 minutes an hour. The club have the ball in hand at the moment. They're the ones who are in possession.
They want this bonus point. That's all they're going to get out of this game now. They want a score. And next they're going to do everything to keep them back.
Indeed they will. Right now they're up to the 22. Watson.
Must be the last play. Must be the last play, Johnny.
Watson again. Out wide, Van der Van.
And he's in.
He's in here as well. Well, what a grand slam finish will be setting up here. As Loughborough reduce the deficit here, but do they have time for another score?
Well, they're running back as if they do, so they must think that they do.
Well, all of a sudden we have set up a big finish here. Loughborough get the bonus point regardless, but in field now this has to go. Okay, this has to go.
And this is just Exeter tiredness we see here. Break there. Outside on the other outside centre, and nobody was ever going to stop him. I think that is it, actually. I think that's it, because he's gone from running and sprinting to take his time on his kick, so I think this is the final play of the game.
Well, Loughborough left it a little bit too late. They could have done with another 3 minutes here.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some of the Loughborough players shaking hands with themselves right now to say good effort. Kay sends this on its way. Has it got the line? Got the line? Got the distance? No, just shy. 4 points with the difference in the end. Exeter survive. They take the victory here at home by 28 points to 24. Richard, your thoughts?
I think they're, I said that before, and they were more up for the game. Everything about it looked really good. They were like, they wanted to make it happen more than Loughborough. Loughborough, it's easy to say, looked like they were still on the coach. They were up for it. The crowd did help. Difficult for the crowd to be that vocal, but in these conditions, but they were. And I just think, anybody coming down here is going to have that hard game to, basically compete. It's overall a really good kind of hard work kind of display there that I think they should be pleased with.
Yes, indeed. Exeter take the victory here by 28 points to 24. Lottie has come out of Emerald Castle and with not a drop of water on her whatsoever. She should be getting reaction from the coaches and the players involved shortly. But as the sun sets here on the south coast, it is Exeter who take the spoils here, 28 points to 24. Their third victory of the season, three in a row, and now building momentum.
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, they obviously, as I said, you've got to remember that one. You know, that loss at the Loughborough opening game of the season, big opening fanfare and everything that went with it. They've done, they've now got their act together. They're rolling. We're back here next week, and that's going to be a big one for them against Bath. Obviously, local rivals for them. But I fancy them to keep rolling now. I really do. I think anybody coming down here is going to have trouble. So, that's going to give them the best part of 7-8 victories, So I think that's going to be good. So they're going to be hard. I mean, the target is to finish the top 4. Top 4 gives you home advantage. Top 2 gives you advantage through the semi-finals. I think then, I can't see them not making it, anybody coming down here. I know we've got Hartbury flying away at the top and Bath and... then we've got Loughborough. I mean, it's going to be such a, it's been such a good level of rugby, Johnny. It's been such a good level, every game, every week. So, but Exeter are going to be there or thereabouts.
Indeed, they will. Let's have a look at the tries before Lottie runs onto the field to get some reaction for us. We've seen plenty, to be fair. Exeter, I'm just counting the tries here. I think they pick up the bonus point. I think they do. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And this was Loughborough, their first try of the game. This is where, shimmy past the 4 guys. Very nice indeed. And second row over in the corner. That was the Luke Frost there,
yes,
supporting on his shoulder, ploughing through. So,
well, actually, I've just checked the scoreboard again. Exeter had 3 penalties, so they only scored 3 tries, so they only get 1 bonus. They don't pick up a bonus point.
They give the bonus point.
No, so really? 4 points go to Exeter, 2 go to Loughborough.
Yeah. It was that second try, great handoff on the shoulders. You just hit the shoulders. They're always teaching you to run at people's shoulders, and he did just that. Run at the shoulder and just brushed him off.
So another Loughborough try. This was in the sunshine. Do you remember that, Richard?
Yeah. Those heady days.
Yeah,
nice second row, straight through the middle. Nobody wanted to touch him. Nobody was interested in him. Straight over. See that again here. And this was Luke Frost, the Loughborough number 8, that just took it up there and gave him a nice little pop into that gap. And nobody was stopping him at that point.
Yes, Will Morrison was the scorer on that occasion. 18-12 was the score at half-time, as both sets of 22 are getting their instructions.
Now being told where they went right and wrong.
Indeed, getting their instructions from their coaches of where they went right and wrong this afternoon.
So here's the look at the rain in the second half. So Exeter came out, as you say, 18-12 up. Nice little line out there, and they just got this moving straight away. The ball's at the back. Now it comes straight to the back there of it was Callum Young, and he just keeps it moving, keeps rolling off the side, and there he's going. He's going over. They had the momentum, and they moved it sideways. They didn't decide to just shove it through the middle, and over they went. So very impressive.
Yes, as I said, both coaches just giving them their thoughts. Our presenter Lottie just made her way onto the field. Look at that! Look at just not a blemish of water on her whatsoever. As we've got absolutely drenched here this afternoon.
Yeah.
And she said she had a hard job. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this was their bonus point.
Manda Wenger,
showed his speed. Off he went there, and nobody was catching him, and so that was the bonus point. And that's over this long season, and I'm telling about these teams at the top there, it's hard to pick them out who's going to do what. That's going to make all the difference. This is it's drilled into these teams, so they know, these bonus points, a lot of difference.
Absolutely. Indeed, that could be very important. Look, we would have hoped for another 5 minutes, in all fairness, wouldn't they?
And maybe that we said at the beginning, that was that 10 minutes on the. That was the 10 minutes on the coach, and that's where they missed out. So the very dry, the very warm Lottie's now on the pitch.
Trying to get reaction, and I think she's nearly ready now. So, Richard, I'll hand over to Lottie now. Many thanks to you. And
pleasure, Johnny.
I'll see you next Wednesday when we're back here when Exeter host Bath. But we're going to hand over now down to Lottie. Is she ready? I think she may be. And well, if she is, we'll hand over to her, who actually has the Exeter captain, Simon Linsell.
Go! Lottie, you're live!
Weren't quite clicking, but we've built 3 wins on the bounce now, and hopefully we just keep building. This team's going to turn into something pretty special, hopefully.
For your next game, you're going to change up the game plan a little bit?
It depends opposition to opposition. We'll take a look at who we're playing. I believe it's Cardiff next, we'll take it game by game, take it by opposition. So we'll do what works for us.
Fantastic work. So well done today, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So that was a fantastic game, very wet and cold here in Exeter, but please join us again next week when we're back at Topsham Sports Ground for Exeter versus Cardiff Met. Thank you very much.